Hello y'all. This is Kaiserredux, a Hearts of Iron 4 mod that acts as an unofficial standalone expansion for the Kaiserreich mod. Kaiserreich itself is set in a world where the Central Powers won World War I. With that out of the way, this video will serve as part 1 of a Khanate of Khiva playthrough. We have started, and so now let's go to our national overview. In this we can see that we have two national spirits, and they are mass illiteracy and pneumatic legacy. And besides that, the leader of the country is Sayyid Abdullah, and the national ruling ideology is paternal autocracy of the absolute monarchy variety. Sayyid Abdullah historically was the last Khan of Khiva and a member of the Khanate dynasty, which can trace its origins back to Mongolia. He ruled from 1918 to 1920, effectively as a puppet ruler of the general Junaid Khan, who in Kaiserredux, he's effectively in the same situation, basically. And going on from there, his reign ultimately ended when the Soviet Union defeated his nation in a war. Abdullah and many of his relatives had their property confiscated, and they were effectively sent off to exile to another part of the USSR. The last Khan of Khiva would ultimately die in 1933. And as for the Khanate of Khiva today, in our timeline, it is part of Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. So what do we do here? Let me take my army. We have 5 divisions in the army. Just get them set up here. Eshi Khan, get the Field Marshal Junaid Khan, and put them on the border with the Republic of Kokon? Just have them set up there, and hopefully not have any issues with their neighbor. Well, I mean, they're a republic. We may try to invade them later. I don't know. Not entirely certain with that. But in the focus tree, let's not do anything right now. Let's at least start researching support weapons 1, since we will be going to war a little bit probably in the future. Basic machine tools, get that started. I say all this stuff about potentially going to war because, we have a background event here. A lot of countries in Kaiserredux get this to explain a country's background in the lore. It says here, the Khanate of Khiva has been a Russian protectorate since 1873. However, after the 1917 February Revolution in Russia, the myriad of liberal reforms that were planned were not performed, chiefly due to conservative views of the Kievan Khan Isfandiyar. Later, the Khan was assassinated, and the seat of power was eventually seized by the leader of the Turkmen? Is that what? I don't know. Whatever. Go on. Turken tribes, Junaid Khan. He placed Sayyid Abdullah, younger brother of Isfandiyar, as a puppet monarch. Junaid Khan himself became a vizier, but he's been the de facto head of the Kievan state for all these 18 years since his appointment. His aggressive foreign policy led to terrible defeats against the Reds, but the forces of Marxists were not enough to defeat the Khan's government. The Reds were defeated in Russia, and Junaid Khan consolidated his rule as the dictator of Khiva. For 15 years, he legislated numerous conservative and autocratic policies that helped Khiva to remain an agrarian, nomadic country in the middle of the desert. The opposition to the regime of Junaid Khan has been growing in the years since his rule began, and it is becoming very dangerous for the 79-year-old dictator who can barely control the country, as in to perform his duties or even feel safe. Khiva lives on. So that explains our situation. Let me start building some factories here. But I think I was talking about potentially going to war. I say that because in the focus tree, our aim is to ultimately unite Turkestan. And to accomplish that, we need to defeat the Republic of Kokon and Bukhara, or somehow get along with one of the two. Then we'll go from there, and we can see what can happen. And I'm not going to do any focuses in the tree right now. I'm just waiting for the vizier to be dead, honestly. And in 1936, Riga Winter Olympics have occurred. Okay, then. Looking at this there. Okay, let me do this now. Junaid Khan is dead. We got an event. The Vizier of Khiva, Junaid Khan, has died of a stroke at the age of 79. Sayyid Abdullah, Khan of Khiva, has to now decide who he should make the new head of government. While Khan himself is a poor leader, as he has been a ceremonial figure for almost 20 years, he believes he is strong enough to install an absolute monarchy in the region, asking the Emir Bukhara for support. On the other hand, Khiva is in strong need of modernization, and perhaps making the leader of the young Khiva party the new vizier will benefit the Khanate. Well, perhaps making the leader of the young Khiva party the new vizier will benefit the Khanate. The third option is to make Shir Muhammad Bekghazi an honorable Khivan general and the main representative of the Basmachi movement in Khiva, the new Grand Vizier, to guide the inexperienced Khan. Let's choose to make Shir Muhammad Bekghazi the leader of Basmachi. Well, he's going to be made the new Vizier, and from this we'll get a new head of government, I think, and Basmachi will become the ruling party. We'll lose some political power and gain some base stability. So that is done now. The Vizier is dead. Okay. Continuing on. So we have basically, I don't know, so we have an absolute monarchy practically, I guess, in a sense. I mean, it seems like that is what happened. The Totalist Charter, all that is going on. Edward VIII's crowned as King of Great Britain. Oh no, that's not good. The Young Khiva Revolution. Outraged by the Khan's words and his unwillingness to allow for Khiva's rapid modernization and reform, the Young Khiva Party has organized mass protests in the city of Nukus and its outlying nomad towns. The Khan has mobilized the Basmachi to disperse the crowd, but the power of the revolutionaries is only growing. Send the Basmachi to crush these reformers, and from this we get some base stability, but we lose base stability, and we lose 50 political power, I think. In the focus tree, we still can't do any political focuses, and now we have armed conflicts in Nukus, in that city, in the Khanate of Khiva. There are numerous reports coming in from the south about armed conflicts between young Khiva protesters and the Basmachi militants, led by Shir Muhammad Bekghazi. The streets of the ancient city are being bathed in blood as the opposing forces clash for the soul of Khiva. Despite the victor, it seems that the bloodshed cannot be avoided and will rage on until one side finally falters. And let's mobilize more forces in Nukus to crush them, and from this we'll lose some base stability and lose more political power. Great. That's not good. Yeah, that's definitely bad. Basmachi victory. Alright then. The young Khiva protesters were completely and utterly annihilated in Nukus, with Basmachi forces ending the fight with the burning of the young Khivans' Republican flags. Sayyid Abdullah, Khan of Khiva, has arrived to personally congratulate the Basmachi on their victory and offered Shir Muhammad Bekghazi the office of Vizier to replace the disgraced Bulbul Ahund. Now nothing can stop Khiva from respecting the traditions of Khanimism. Khanimism? And that is done now. So things have been kind of sorted out there. And in the focus tree, let's complete absolute leadership. That will take 35 days. It says here, despite his inexperience and naivete, or perhaps because of it, Khan Sayyid Abdullah decided to cast off the advice of the council and vizier, and instead shall rule Khiva with a firm hand. Under his new reign, the Khanate will embrace Khadimism and push to consolidate its strength in Central Asia. And from this, we'll get a national spirit called the Last Genghis Khan, which will give us a faster division recovery rate, higher stability, and higher division defense on core territory. Also, I think less factories will be used on consumer goods, which is important for construction and such. And there's some wars there over in China, and we're just waiting. I don't know, let me get this focused on. Come on, absolute leadership, get it done. There we are. Continuing now, the home of Khadimism. It says here, unlike its diametric opposite in Jadidism, Khadibism, or Islam traditionalism, has held strong influence over Khivan citizens for generations, emphasizing conservative traditionalism and strict adherence to old codices and decrees of the Muslim faith. Our royal house shall double down on these ideals to foster unity and piety for the new dynasty of the Khanate. And from this, the popularity of paternal autocracy will rise. Interesting. So, I'm not entirely... Okay, we'll get it done, though. And that will take some time. And Qing declared war on the Shanqing Tuanguo. That's over in China. And Afghanistan is fighting... Well, our neighbor to the south, Afghanistan's fighting the Dominion of Delhi for whatever reason. That is very interesting conflict going on there. We just got to get this done, though. Come on, home of Khadimism. Come on, go, go, go. Go, go, go. 35-day long focus, which isn't too bad. Eventually, I think we will have, well, Marshal Pétain declares martial law in Algiers. I think we may eventually end up trying to fight a Lash Orda at some point once we unite Turkestan with Bokhara and the Republic of Kokand. And Afghanistan and the Kingdom of Canada ceased their hostilities. Interesting, Tibet joins the Mongolian alliance. Mongolia seems like they're up to something, maybe. Tighten control over Kharazim. It says here, we should eliminate the Young Khiva party and its influence that pervades the region of Kharazim before the foul taint of... Okay, yeah, I don't think the current government of Khiva in this playthrough, they don't like democracy, causes a threat to the regime, the monarchy effectively. But it says here, we're going to basically deal with the Young Khiva party. And from this, we'll gain some manpower and base stability. And we have our army just watching the Republic of... I don't know, I want to invade them somehow, some way. I know we should be able... I would think we would be able to make an alliance with the Islamic Federation of Bokhara, the Islamic Federation of Turkestan, since the Khanate of Khiva and, well, the Islamic Federation of Turkestan has the same ruling, the same parties are in charge, the same movements, effectively. Like, look at the names, yeah, the Besmlichi. I imagine they would be able to get along. Time control of Kharazim is done. Now let's lead the Turkestani. That'll take 21 days. It says here, it seems, the NRPR wins the Russian election. It seems that both the democratic stronghold of Kokand and the bastion of conservative Islam in Turkestan have fallen under false flags and abhorrent ideas. In the wake of their failures, we shall take up the mantle of unifier of the steppes and consolidate the lands of a united Turkestan. So that will take some time to get there. That's all we gotta do is wait. So lead the Turkestani. Come on, get it done. Just get it done. Yes. And now lead the Turkestani. Let's do this. So we have some decisions now, I think. Ally the Islamic Federation of Bokhara and destroy the Republic of Kokand. We're gonna have to invade them effectively. So we have our 5 divisions here. We have... Oh, I gotta get a new field marshal, don't I? Yes, I do. Promote this guy here. He's the field marshal now. We have our 2 camel divisions, 1 cavalry division, and 2 infantry divisions ready to go. Pius XII is elected as the new pope. Okay, the war has been declared. Go charging in. Let's call in our allies to help us. Call them to arms. Get that done now. In the focus tree, let's complete expand the economy. That will take 28 days. I am confident in our victory. We should outnumber the Republic, I would think. Keep marching here. Get to Tashkent. We got to take many important cities, as many as we can. Go, cut these guys off. Make sure they're encircled. Camels. Come on, Khiva camels. I believe in you. You're my best units. The elite of this country, I guess. We have 2 divisions. We got 2 camel divisions. I need to take advantage of them. Honestly, I don't know what the big difference is between camels and cavalry divisions are in, well, horse and camel divisions are in Hearts of Iron 4. I think camels are better at suppression. I believe they have the same mobility stats, like the same speed. Expand the economy is done. Let's now complete Khivan military. That will take 28 days. Just go marching in here, get all that done. Yes, Tashkent has fallen. Get to Kokand now. Go. Capture that city on the border. Poland elects a new king. Interesting. We just got to win this war. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth joins the Reichspakt. What in the world happened there? Okay, so we have everything we want out of this. Good. So the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth is a thing at this point. Very interesting. Yeah, Reichspakt. Let's see here. Yep. Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. And now, the fate of Kokand. Can we just proclaim United Turkestan? Yes, we will. That'll be done. Are we done with that? Yes, we're the Islamic Federation of Turkestan at this point. We're going to get this focus done now. Turkestan's been united. And the focus has been bypassed automatically. And what does it say here? The fate of Kokand. Just give it to our Turkestan allies. Fate of Bokhara, give it to our Turkestan allies. Reintegrated, I mean. That's done. So now we have cores and all this, I would hope. I think we do anyway. Do we? Yes? No? Do we have cores on this? Yes, we have cores on everything. So we have a lot more manpower now. And take the armies of our ally, merge them with this army. So we have 11 divisions now. So we've already made the Islamic Federation of Turkestan. Just in mid-1936. We have that already. We have more factories now, more rifles. Let's make more divisions in general. We need divisions. We need all the divisions we can get. More cavalry might be nice. What's the speed difference? 6.4 kilometers, 5.6 kilometers. Camels are slightly slower. I will have to use some cavalry, though. I do need cavalry. We do definitely need them. Turkestani military's done. And good, so do we start fighting the Oldenburg Cossack host? Do we want to try and fight them? I don't know. Complete Islamic Federation, that's been bypassed. Islamic traditionalism. This will take 35 days to complete. And our identity is born out of Islam. Our culture is molded by the teachings of the Prophet of the one of Muhammad, basically. We must never forget that our tradition was given to us by Allah and his faithful clerics. We must give them praise for their generous gift of centuries-old strong ideals. And from this, the popularity of paternal autocracy and national populism will rise. And I think with that, I'm going to end what is part 1 of my Khanate of Khiva playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Kaiserredux here. If you enjoyed the mod, you can check it out in the video description. A link to it is there. If you enjoyed the video itself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.